Hello, everyone. Welcome to Lunar New Year celebration, presented by the Whaling Museum and Education Center located in Cold Spring Harbor, New York. Together, we are going to learn about the traditions and good luck symbols of the Lunar New Year. You will learn how to write whale in Chinese, make a lantern, and design a dragon to use in your celebrations. Holidays are celebrated by many people. A holiday is a day set aside by custom or by law on which normal activities, especially businesses or work, including school, are suspended or reduced. Generally, holidays are intended to allow individuals to celebrate or commemorate an event or a tradition of culture or religious significance. Each culture has their own special holidays, as well as holidays that many people celebrate. New Year's Eve is one holiday that's shared by millions of people. Well, there is a special New Year holiday that occurs at this time of year, usually in between the months of January 21st and February 21st. It's Lunar New Year. Does anyone know things that happen during the Chinese New Year? We're going to learn about that today and find out how people celebrate the Chinese New Year, the most important holiday for people from China. Lunar New Year 2021 is on February 12th, and it's the year of the ox. It's called the Lunar New Year because it marks the first new moon of the lunar solar calendars, traditionally to many East Asian countries, including China and Vietnam, which are regulated by the cycles of the moon and the sun. The Chinese New Year, the Lunar New Year, and the Spring Festival are all related to one another, but they are not the same thing. The Chinese New Year is based on the Chinese lunar calendar. The lunar calendar is, if you're wondering, is a calendar based on complete cycles of phases of the moon. Basically, the Chinese New Year marks the start of a new lunar year. This is a Chinese Zodiac calendar. The calendar has a repeating cycle of 12 years, with each year being represented by an animal. There is a story about the Zodiac calendar called The Great Race, and here I have a shortened version of that story. Long ago in China, the Jade Emperor decided there should be a way of measuring time. On his birthday, he told the animals that there was to be a swimming race. The first 12 animals across the fast-flowing river would be the winners, and they would each have a year of the zodiac named after them. On that day, the rat got up very early and rushed to the gathering site. On the way, he encountered the ox that ran much faster than him. In order not to fall behind, he thought up a good idea. He made a deal with the ox to carry him on the condition that he would sing for that ox. At last, the ox and the rat arrived first. The ox was happy, thinking that he would be the first sign of the year. But the rat had already slid in front and became the first lucky animal of the Chinese zodiac. And that's how the rat won the race. 2021 is the year of the ox, starting from February 12th, 2021, and lasting until January 30th, 2022. So last year, 2020, was the year of the rat. 2019, the year before that, was the year of the pig. And 2018 was the dog, and 2017 was the rooster. So I'm going to change the screen so it'll be a little bit easier to see what your animal is, and depending on the year that you were born. So here you would look up the year that you were born, and you would find your animal. Pretty cool. Traditions of celebrating Lunar New Year. The traditions of celebrating the New Year include people buying presents for each other, decorating, special food, and special clothing. Almost all decorations that are involved are red and have lucky images. It is also tradition that every family thoroughly cleans the house to sweep away any ill fortune in hopes to make way for good incoming luck. Windows and doors will be decorated with red color paper cutouts and with popular themes of happiness, wealth, and longevity. On the eve of the Chinese New Year, supper is a feast with families. The family will end the night with firecrackers. Early the next morning, children will greet their parents by wishing them a healthy and happy New Year and receive money in red paper envelopes. The Chinese New Year tradition is a great way to reconcile, forgetting all grudges, and sincerely wish peace and happiness to everyone. We're going to tell you a story on how the red paper and the firecrackers all got started. A long time ago, there was a monster called Neon. The monster was big and violent. He looked like a lion, but he had a single horn on his head. Once a year, the monster would run into the village, destroying the crops and eating the livestock. Everyone was afraid of the monster, and they would escape to the mountains to be safer. One year, the villagers were packing up to escape as the monster was about to come. And there was an old man holding a broken arrow, walking slowly on the street and asking for food. A nice granny saw the old man. She offered him some steamed bread and asked him to follow the crowd to the mountain. But the old man said, "If you let me stay at your home for one night, I can assure that the monster will never come back again." While the granny was hesitating, the old man said, "Don't worry, I have 3 secret weapons to handle this monster." The granny agreed to let him stay, and then she left. After midnight, the monster came. When he was about to enter the granny's home, he saw a red banner. The monster began to feel afraid, but he still insisted on approaching. Then he saw the fire and heard a scary noise caused by firecrackers. It was the old man holding a candle and lighting up firecrackers. The monster was scared and ran away. He never returned on that night or ever again. All that took place on New Year's Eve. The next day, when all the villagers came back from the mountain, the old man said to everyone, "The monster is scared of 3 things: the color red, light and fire, and firecrackers." When he finished talking, he rode on the cloud and flew back into the sky. The old man was God coming to help the people. Even after that, Chinese people began to paste red spring couplets and light up firecrackers to celebrate Spring Festival, also called Chinese New Year. So now that we learned a few things about the Chinese New Year, we're going to do some cool kind of crafts. We're going to learn how to write whale in Chinese. So what we need, these are the materials that you would need: construction paper, white paper, scissors, tape or glue, colored pencils, pens, crayons or paint, a ribbon, and a hole puncher. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is show you a video on how to create this paper good luck charm and to write whale on it in Chinese. Okay, so we would have our scissor paint ready. The picture that you see here in the video, you can download from your library. And what you're going to do is just cut it out. After you print it out, just cut it out on the black line to make a nice rectangle. Okay, so after we cut the picture out, we're going to take either, here you can take either crayons or pens or markers or paint. We're using paint, so we take a little paint. This is watercolor paint, but you can use any paint. Okay. And we're going to actually go over the letters because the whale is actually written for you in Chinese on the piece of paper. So we're just going to go over it with either the paint, colored pencils, crayons, whatever you have available, whatever you want your artwork to look like. Okay. And as you notice, there's numbers on the letters, so you can follow that. Do 1, 2, 3, and you should try to stay in the lines. So here she's going to, we're going to color the first one and see how she goes, and then makes it fatter. Okay, so just kind of follow the shadow, and you're going to continue that till everything is filled in. And again, you can use paint, or if you don't have paint available, you can also use markers. They're pretty cool. Okay, so after you do that, you are going to take a piece of construction paper, preferably red, and we're going to put glue on the back of this for when we have the red construction paper. So you're going to take a piece of red construction paper, you're going to glue on the Chinese writing of whale. Okay. And then you're going to cut another rectangle. Okay, so then at this point you can decorate the red paper any way you like, any designs. This is your artwork. Here we're just making squirrels, but you can do anything you want. Okay, when you finish that, you're going to take a hole puncher if you have it, and you're going to punch 2 holes, one on each side of the triangle there. Okay, and at this point, if you have ribbon, you're going to take ribbon. It could be any kind of ribbon. Here we're using a yarn ribbon, but you can use the ribbon that you wrap paper presents with, any ribbon you want. And you're going to put it through the holes that you just punched. Okay, and then you can just put the other ribbon on the other side. And you can hang it. You make that one side a little bigger and you can hang it, and it's a good luck charm, a good luck paper decoration that you could hang on your door. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is make a Lunar New Year dragon. Okay, so the materials for this, you would need the printout of the dragon, which your library will send you, scissors, markers, or crayons, construction paper or white paper to cut into strips, glue, popsicle sticks, or straws. If you don't have popsicle sticks, you can use straws. Okay, and I'm going to show you a video on how to do this. Okay. Okay, so this is the paper that is comes from your library that you can print at home in the printer. And what you want to do is decorate the dragon tail and the dragon head before you cut it out. It's a lot easier that way. Okay, so now after we've finished coloring, we're going to just cut that out, the tail and the head. If you're not able to print this out, you could always draw your own tail and your own dragon head. Okay, here we got the tail. And we're going to cut out the head. The instructions are also on this piece of paper, but also in the video too. Okay, almost finished cutting. And you could use markers, crayons, anything you want to decorate the dragon and make it any color you want. Again, this is your artwork. You can make it look really cool. Okay, so the next step, you can get red construction paper. It could be any color you want, blue, green, anything. If you don't have construction paper, you could always use white paper and color it in. So here you're making 2-inch marks. You're just marking it so you can make a nice straight line. So the paper should be 2 inches wide. And this is about an 8.5 and 11, so 2 inches wide by 11 inches, or whatever size sheet you're using. The longer the sheet, the longer the dragon's body will be. Okay, so you just mark that out. And you're going to cut that right out. Okay, so now you have the body. And on the body there, you're going to decorate it any way you want. Here we're doing squirrels again. So this is your artwork. You can add any design you like. Okay, so when you're finished decorating your dragon body, you're going to take the paper and fold it like an accordion. So you go one side, make a crease, then you're going to flip the paper over and make another side, fold it on the other side, make a crease, and you keep them the same width, so it's nice and even. And you keep doing that all the way down to the end, flipping it and making a nice crease. Make sure you crease it nice. Okay. Okay, after you did that, you open it up and there is your dragon body. And you are going to take your body and you're going to glue the head and tail on it. But before we do that, we're going to put the straw or popsicle sticks. And so this is almost, we're making like a puppet dragon. So we're using tape. We're going to take the tape and we're using straws because that's what we have. But again, if you have popsicle sticks, you can use that. Okay, so we're going to tape the head to the one part of the body, and then we're going to tape the tail to the other part. And if you don't have straws or popsicle sticks, you could use pencils also. Okay, and we're taping the tail to the other end of the body. Okay. And now we're going to tape the straws to the dragon body. So on the back side, you would put one straw, popsicle, or pencil on the head, and one straw or whatever you have, popsicle or pencil, on the tail. Okay. And there you have it. You have your own really cool dragon. Really cool. Okay, now we're going to make our last craft, the Lunar New Year lantern. Okay, so what you need for this craft is construction paper or white paper, whatever you have available, scissors, tapes, colored pencils, pens, crayons, or paint. And I have a video to show you how to do this one. Okay, so you're going to take a piece of construction paper, or if you don't have it, you can take white paper. And you're going to mark off about 1 inch. Okay, so you make those little marks again so the lines become really straight. Take your ruler and draw a straight line. And you're going to cut that out, and this is going to be the handle for your lantern. So just go ahead and cut that out. Okay, put that aside. Then you're going to take that piece of paper and you are going to make decorations on it. Okay, just decorate any way you like. Okay, when you're finished decorating, you're going to take it, flip it over on the other side and fold it in half, like a hot dog bun. Okay, fold it nice in half, make a nice crease. Okay. Then you're going to take a scissor, and on the folded part, not the opening part, but the one with the crease, and you're just going to cut all the way up to about 3/4 of the way up. Leave about 1 inch that is not cut. Okay, because if you cut all the way through, you're just going to take the paper off. So stop right there, about 1 inch from the top, and probably cutting about 1 inch wide. Okay, so you go ahead and do that all the way to the end of the paper. And one more cut. Okay, then you're going to open up your paper, and you can see how the cuts are there. And you're going to take a piece of tape and you're going to turn it the other way and kind of make a cylinder. So you're going to kind of roll it a little bit, and the two ends From one end to the other end of paper, you're going to tape it closed. Okay, and that makes the lantern shape. So you're going to do tape on one side, and then you're going to take another piece of tape, and you're going to tape the other side, just like that. Okay, and there you have your shape of your lantern. Then you're going to take the piece of paper that you cut out for the handle, and you're going to tape it right onto the lantern. So you take the tape, the handle, and you tape it on one side, preferably the side that has the seam with the tape, and then you go to the other side, just like that. Okay, pretty cool. And you made your own Lunar New Year lantern. So I hope you learned something about the tradition of Lunar New Year. I hope you had fun making the 3 crafts and you can hang them in your house for the Lunar New Year that's coming to bring you good luck and fortune. I hope everyone this year has good luck. We all need good luck, good fortune. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you from the Whaling Museum and Education Center. And hope you have a great year. Thank you. Goodbye.